Hey everybody, how's it going? I do a different concoction of numerology. If you've looked at the zodiac, I start out my videos always the same. If you want to jump forward 2-3 minutes, that's fine with me. What goes on is if they're talking about the zodiac and they're talking about a word, let's say they're talking about Aries or Capricorn or Pisces, what I do is I use formulas. One of my formulas is to understand the formula of 9. The formula of 9, when you connect 9, it will create 10. So now if you create the formula of 10, what is 10 in the 10 commandments? We're going to connect 1 with 6, 2 with 6, 3 with 6, 4 with 6, and 5 with 6, equaling to what is 11. I can also use 10 with 6, 10 with 6, 10 with 7, 10 with 8, 10 with 9. I can also connect the center of the alphabet, which is, let's say, 3 and 7, 4 and 6, 5 and 5. These are the connections, the interior and the exterior, the low and the high. Just like they said, above and below, I do the same thing. I can also connect 1 and 10, 2 and 8, 3 and 7, 4 and 6. Each one will create 10. I'll connect 1 and 3 equaling to 4. I'll connect 2 and 2 equaling to 4. I'll connect 8 and 5 equaling to 13. 1 and 3 equals to 4. 7 and 6 equals to 13. 1 and 3 is 4. And 9 and 4 is 13. 1 and 3 is 4. If we want to create 5, the 5th house, we can also now turn around, now that you understand, and look at Chaldean. Chaldean has a maximum of 8. Are we always going to connect number 1 together? Well, we wrap the 1 together, wrap the 2 together, wrap the 3 together like a coil, and then connect this one with this one with this one, but never in the same house. We don't want to short circuit. Or is it in the same house that it is a combination of one of the other houses? The numeric value in the first house in Chaldean, I wrote gematria up here, let's disregard. Chaldean only goes to 8. There are 5 in the house of 1. There are BK and R in the house of 2, alpha, beta inside of this house. I call it alpha, beta, or 1 and 2 coming together. And in games, in craps, they say bar the 12. Although this is not 1221, we're going to use it as 1 and 2. And we're going to take it away, and everything plays from C and D. The entirety, okay, of a cube plays from C and D. The division of the 7 days of the week is 1, 2, 3, 7, 6, 5, and everything connected to 4. Everything connected to the 4th planet. So what happens to the 8th and 9th planet? Well, within the 9th birth, we are born into the heavens of Neptune. We are the water system, the water well. What you see around me, you don't see it. You don't see it now, but if the temperature was just right, or the conditions were just right, you would see the heavens that surround us, the humidity. We are a high percentage of water and electric. We are like electric company, hydroelectric, 8 and 5. Also a representation of silver spirit matrix. Why do I say that? Because the initials, and in language, we use things that are initials to start the sentence. We start off with a capital letter, the first letter to a word, the first initial to a word, the initial letter to the word, as in coding and decoding. As well as in Chaldean, they're also talking about the chalice and the dean. E and A, when they come together, it is the one dot that is in the center, okay, of the circle is over here. It only needs 4 corners. Although there are 8, we only need 4. If we're going to go to art and design, there's a few ways to connect the artwork of Chaldean. I like to do it in the pyramid style. We can also do it in the straight line. We can also do it as so. These are connecting the even numbers, and the reason for that, in order for my even numbers to connect, I must make the large diamond. The odd numbers, okay, are over here in the 4 corners. Sorry, the odd numbers are in the 4 corners and in the center. The even numbers are over here, but to connect them, I need to create this design. And within that design, right? I'm going to finish it off now. I connect one over here, and then one over here, and then one over here. By creating this X in the center and all these V's on the outside, I end up with 4 individual areas over here. If I also want to connect the alphabet over here in this kind of design, I will go 1, 3, 5, 7, 5, 3, 1. In Gematria, this is the way I do it. I use the pyramid style. There's a reason for it. I can also do it this way and scale up as I did over here. I can also connect it this way, right? But if you can see in this one over here, you see this large connection over here that connects these two, and then another large connection that connects these two, and another large connection that creates this one. We're going to do it with a deeper color. Just give me a second. So if we do that with a deeper color, and then we're going to run it down this side. Did I get that right? Oh, sorry. This one has to go all the way to here. But when I create the larger, do I have my eraser here somewhere? I don't want to use this one. So when I create it, I end up with this design over here. Did I get that right? No, I did not get that right. I didn't do that right. Hold on a second. So when we're connecting this together, right, we can see the square here, the square here, the square here, and the square here. 1, 3, 5, and 7. 1, 3, 5 says ace, and then to the 7, it is the sun gate, the dividing sun. When I connect this over here, it is now number 2. Number 2 will connect 1 and 3. Number 4 will connect 3 and 5. Number 6 will connect number 7. This is one way to do it, right? And if you notice, when we connect both sides, and you can also see that it's now shooting like on this angle. I'm wondering if I can create it a different way to show you that there's an angle to this, right? There's an angle to this if we can look a little bit deeper. So when we do this, number 6 here and number 6 here, they overlap together. So where is number 8? Number 8 is going to be, let me see if I can get that 8. Number 8 is going to come down the center over here, and it's going to pick up right over here in between 7 and the number below 8, which is the number 9. We're going to use the area over here. This area here is number 9. We're going to go up one level. I'm going to go up one level, see if we can get this up one level. This level over here is number 7. So we have 7, 9, and then we have 11, and then we have 13 over here. 13 becomes 4, 11 becomes 2. And now this, okay, over here, here is number 5. Now if we want to see if there's any truth to any of this, okay, we're going to take 2 dice, right? And here we have 5 and 3 is 8. So 8 went over here. Let me try and, let me actually do. So number 8 is the number that goes halfway between this number over here, where number 6 is. And number 8 goes right over here, connecting 6 and 6 is connected with 8. So is 6 and 6 connected with 8? Here's 8. Boom, 6. So we want to talk about, how about 9? This area here is 5. This area here is 5. So here is 4. Here is 1. So if this is 5 and this is 5, then in between 7, 9, 11, and 13, this has to be a 9. And it shows you to be a 9. So the artwork and the results from 2 cubes come together. The next state inside of this, right, is inside of ABCD, right, at the beginning of Chaldean. This is not Gematria, this is Chaldean. If you take a look, The word egg, O-E-U-F, is right over here. 5, 6, 7, 8. O-E-U-F is egg in French. So we go A, B, C, D, 10 the mirror, and then we write the word egg. Just ironic. It's also ironic that DMT, Department of Motor Transport, is inside over here, 442, and it shows the gateway. Where does it show me that gateway? I'm going to go to level 2, BKR, 1331, 11 times 11 times 11. This is the B house, Beaker. CGLS is a total of 41, 4114, 1440 minutes in a day. It says king and the word home. It will also create the word sun. This one will create the word DC and moon. This one over here in B and C. B and C coming together, where C and D is our base creation. Why do I say that? Because it takes A and B to create it. A and B to create C. But it takes B and B to create D, adding A inside, and we live inside the split E worlds. The 3 over here, the alpha, inside the omega. You see the way we have to jump over this area? It's this side or this side, that side or this side. These two or that. We can configure this way or this way. When it's this way, we can only see it actually like that. Otherwise, like this, this person can say something, she can say, he can say, but this way you can't. It's going to the right. When it's going to the right, 1 or 6 are up. When it's going to the left, 2 or 5 are up. There's 2 and there's 5. Sorry, when it's going to the left, 2, 5. When it's going to the right, it's 1, 6. When we flip over to number 2 goes to the left. When the 3 goes to the right, when 1 and 6 are up and down. 2 to the left, 3 to the right. Then we start to look at what's going on over here. We have 2 dots here and no dot here. We have 3 dots here, 2 dots here, no dot there, 3 dots here, 2 dots here, 3 dots here. So this is the formation. So when we get to the 4th one, the mirror is created in this world over here. So after the sun and the moon, the sun is in, the moon is in B, the bar mitzvah, 1 times 3, 1 plus 3 equals to 4 equals to 3, the house of DC, C and D. This is also the house of Acadia, okay, AI. 3 times 4 is 12. 3 plus 4 is 7 equals to 19. That is the S letter, a combination of AI. Noted within J and I, which is a window, A, B, C, D, will create what is the window, as when you add it, it equals to 10J. When you add B, C, D, it equals to I, 9. These two are polarities to each other. So in this house over here, everything gets created through the birth in earth. This is where the division comes in through the window in J. I'm not sure if you're able to completely understand it. I can't explain it more than its own value. The reason I use it this way is the French will say 19. It sounds like egg. 37, 14, 19, 40, 46, 10, 10. 3 and 7, 10. 4 and 6, 10. 6 and 21 is 27, and 5 is 32. And 14 is 42, 46, 24 and 9, and also noted as Roman numerals. This is 509. There are 3 Roman numerals in this word. This one will create 31 mathematically. This one will create 34 mathematically. 4 by 6, 4 plus 6. This one will recreate this one. So the 10 will go inside the 9, so the birth is inside the mirror house. 31 is noted to be at 13. We end up with man's bar mitzvah, the 13th moon. When we end up with the 13th moon, or 364 days, we end up at the 7th gate. Only because the numeric values equal to this numeric value over here. 7 by 7 by 7, 7 plus 7 plus 7. There are 21 dots in the cube. There are 364 days and 13 moons. In order to create 7, we need 1 times 3, 1 plus 3. In order to create this, which creates the AI. We get into the DMT, we end up with this numeric value. We end up over here, we end up to the gateway in Mars, the E world. Mars is numeric 51. This becomes the 24. 24 is for cat. 24 also represents 5 and 9, which is birth in the E world, because the numeric value of 5 and 9 equal to 42. 2 times 4, 2 plus 4 will equal to what is 8 and 6. That is 101 away from the 7th gate. 34 and 34 equals 68. It also represents the house planet. When you play the game of craps, the payout in that is 7 to 6. And it's ironic that the numeric value of Mars is 51, equaling to 6, and Earth is 52, equaling to 7. 51 will end up equaling to 5 times 1, 5 plus 1 equals to 11. And 52 will end up to equal to 17. The letters are K and Q, also representing B and H. Now, I'm not sure if it's going to be something to do in computer language or not. Another thing in this family is the Z is represented over here, and the T, something to do with Tolzik, Zayan, Tolzik, quarters. The reverse of 17, or what is 1 and 7, 8, is 6, and that's the dividing house. 8 and 6 divides the house. What else can we talk about inside of this? All combinations in the first house, and just to note that number 1 equals to this answer, and it's ironic that half that answer is in number 2, and 1 and 2 split each other on the cube. 4 and 1 is the next house. That is in 3. It comes over here where Venus is duplicated and alpha comes into its set. DMT is number 4, and number 4 is represented in 3 houses, 4, 5, and 6, the Federation. Why do I say that? It is the F, E, and D, the 3 letters, FED. When you multiply them, 4 times 5 is 20, times 6 is 120. Alpha, beta creation, 1 times 2, 1 plus 2 equals 3 and 2, 5. 3 here, 2 on the outside. D, the window. The 6th, UVW 666 in the house of Chaldean. Woman and freedom equals to 66. Oz, or the Wizard of Oz, is numeric 77 inside of Chaldean, which represents O and Z as Oz. It represent home and king. So the king is home. F and P is number 88, and that's your dividing gate. F6, P16 equals to 22. Now, if it's the dividing gate, 16, 1 and 6 is 7 and 6. Again, we divide here. Number 8, we divide the heavens through Earth and Mars. 2 times 3, 2 plus 3. And when we have 53, we're going to have 42, the dividing gate in electric company. I don't know why I've been running electric company. The word electric is numeric value 75. The word company, this is electric. DC is also noted to be 3/4, which is also 75. And company, or pans. Y is a division. Y represents a 25th letter. It is also the reverse of B. The reason for that is the reverse alphabet, but Y is in the family of 777. It is the 25th letter. Counting to Chaldean, counting to Pythagorean, in which it's a Pythagorean count to a single digit. Pythagoras theory. I use all the theories of all the people who have created and had diplomas in all the schools of around the world. I use their systems. I put them all together to tell the story. 18, 31, 46, 47, 57, 61, 71, 81, 86. Let me do that again. I think it was 87. 18 and 13 is 31, 41, 47. When you get a comp, right, at a casino, you get something for free. 47 is time, Jesus, cycle. When you get A and N, that'll be 15 and 25. 15 and 25 equals to 42, equals to 89. The letters are high. They are the same letter. They divide the gate. H and I, creating your window. They also call it a natural in the game of Baccarat. In the game of Baccarat, you can create this with 10-9 and 10-8. This one create numeric value for the moon, and this one is going to be for the sun. 3 by 18, 3 by 19. It's also noted to be the window. 10 is your window. There is no Mars included in the company, electric company DC. This one will create 3 and 8, which is part of 1111. 7 and 5 is 12, 1 and 2 is 3. 8 and 9 is 17, 1 and 7 is 8. To create it is 1 times 1. 11 equals 1 times 1, 1 plus 1 equals to 1 equals to 2 plus 1 equals to 3. The next level of this is 1 times 2 equals to 2 and 3 equals to 5. Then 3 times 2 equals to 6 plus 5 equals to 11. 5 times 6 equals to 30 plus 11 equals to 41. King home through 11. When we go to number 22, 2 and 2, 1 and 1 equals to 4 times 2 plus 2 equals to 8 times 4 equals to 16. 1/3 and 2/3. It is the 24 hours of the day that divides the house. 1/3 and 2/3. If we multiply it by 8, I don't like to go over 100. I usually like to reduce it to a smaller digit. Equals to 128. We're going to reduce it equaling to 56. 6 and 1 is 7. 7 by 8 is 56. 7 and 8 is 15 equals to 71. Back to 71 again, back to your gateway, 17Q, and that Q is inside of Mars. Raphael 7286 in a constellation of Pegasus. Thank you for watching this video.